What is up, guys? It's MegaMan Fan here, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a book haul. Yes, a book haul. I haven't done one in a while, but you know what? Let's get to it, because I really have a few books to show you. And I'm sorry, I want to apologize ahead if I already shown a few of these books in like my April wrap-up, but I kind of have a belated thing. And some of these books I didn't show in my last book haul, so whatever. Anyway, enough this chit-chat, all that stuff. Let's get into the video. Wow. Okay, so the first two books are going to be Stephen King books, and that is Misery and Firestarter. I already talked about these in my April wrap-up video, so I'm not going to go into them that much more, but I'm just going to say this. I loved Misery, and Firestarter was just good. It wasn't anything amazing, but it was just good. But Misery, if you haven't read Misery, oh my goodness, it's amazing. So, yeah, I got these mass market paperback versions of Stephen King, which is one of the two ways you can read Stephen King. You can't read it in a normal paperback. Either these tiny paperbacks or a massive hardcover. Note that. This next book is another book that I showed in my haul in April, and it's Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. Not haul, wrap-up, that's it. Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. This is one of my favorite books of this year. I gave this a 5 out of 5. I absolutely loved this book, and I cannot recommend it enough. I go more in depth about this book in my April wrap-up video, so check out that if you want to know more about Flowers for Algernon. And yeah, this is just my first time showing it a haul, so that's an excuse for things. Alright, now I think the rest of the books I haven't shown yet, so that's good. And the first one is 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. You know, the guy that wrote The Kite Runner, okay? The guy that wrote The Kite Runner. And I recently read The Kite Runner and loved it. This is supposed to be just as good. It doesn't have as many ratings as The Kite Runner, but it still has, like, loads, like, I think, like, 750,000, so that's something, and it has just as high of a rating. So, yeah, I'm so excited to read this. I have no idea what this is about, but I loved The Kite Runner, and I hope I love this, too. The next book, I have a little backstory to say on this. I recently read The Glass Castle by, what's her name? Jeanette Walls. I absolutely adored it. It's easily my new favorite memoir of all time now. And it's really getting me into memoirs, so I decided, when I found this memoir at my library bookstore, then I'm like, hey, why not? Let's read it! And that is, Angela's Ashes by Frank McCourt. This is about, like, I think, like, the Irish life in, like, Catholic... life in Irish Catholic school. That's what I have to... That's all I know about this. I read, like, the first 30 pages and put it down because I wasn't in the mood for something like this. But, it was alright so far. It wasn't anything special, but, you know, it was alright so far. But, yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. Heard just the most splendid of things about this. The only problem is, there's no quotation marks. I hate when authors do that. There's no quotation marks at all. Not even one. Just none. And that will probably bug me, but other than that, pretty excited. I like memoirs. Take note of that. The next book is a book that I tried to read a while back, but hated, and I'm gonna give it another try, especially since I found it for $1 at like a garage sale, and that is The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I didn't really like this book. It's another one of those books that doesn't use quotation marks. Ugh, why do people think that's brilliant? It's not! So, yeah, this is about a father and son in a dystopian world and them just walking down a road. That's literally what it is about. And it's about the relationship between the father and son. It's supposed to be horribly depressing. It's supposed to be absolutely fantastic, but I just was not liking it when I first read this book. But I knew I wasn't in the mood for it, so I'm going to give it another go. In fact, I'm reading another book that I didn't like first time, and I'm really liking it now, so I'm going to do a lot of that this summer. So, yeah, The Road by Cormac McCarthy. Really excited to read that. The next book I already read, and it was absolutely fantastic, but it's a Kurt Vonnegut book, so obviously you have to admit it. Kurt Vonnegut's amazing. And that is Jailbird. This is one of his better ones, in my opinion. It's much better than something like Player Piano, Breakfast of Champions, Galapagos, or like even Dead-Eye Dick, even though I really like a Dead-Eye Dick, this is even better. It's easily, like, the top 6 Vonnegut novels that I've read. I loved this. It's absolutely fantastic. This is about, like, a man named Walter Starbuck who works for Richard Nixon, and it's about his life, because Vonnegut always does life. He always does, like, these fictional biographies of people, and it's fantastic. And at this point, it's kind of like a fictional autobiography, because we're in the perspective of this man, and it's really well done. It has just all the elements you'll find in a standard Vonnegut novel, and I absolutely loved it. What else can I have to say? Read it. I'm actually kind of sad because I only have 2 Vonnegut books left, and then I'm done with his bibliography, but I don't care. He's amazing. Oh my god. Just Vonnegut. I love this man so much. As a writer. And, this last book in paperback, because I have a few books in hardcover, is a book that I tried to read, but just hated it at first. And I was really not wanting to hate it, but I was. To the point where I put it down at, like, page 200. And that is Viet, or Villette, by Charlotte Bronte. I love Jane Eyre. I think Jane Eyre is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, romance story ever told. But this is so bland. This is so bland. I hated what I read of this novel, is that if I used right grammar. But, I hated what I read of, Viet. It was just so bland. I couldn't care less about the story or characters or what was going on. I kinda liked the first 50 pages, but then it immediately tanked once Lucy went to Viet. If that's kind of a spoiler, then whatever. But, Viet, no. Just no. I don't like it. I don't like it. I may give it another try and try to go through the whole thing, but, I wasn't in the mood for 550 pages of this. Okay? Not any of this. Like, Jane Eyre, I would have read, because it's amazing. In fact, I have read Jane Eyre. What am I talking about? But Viet, no. Just no. No. Alright, and I have 4 more books, but they're in hardcovers. Now, even though I prefer paperbacks, I do like hardcovers, especially ones that don't have, like, these massive dust jackets that must be taken care of, but, yeah, I like hardcovers, especially the ones, like I said, that don't have dust jackets. And this one doesn't have a dust jacket, and it's The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by, Mark Twain. I read this book in 8th grade and thought it was... but I found this beautiful edition for $1, so why not? I was wanting to own a copy, even though I thought the book was mediocre, but, hey, at least it's a good copy, and for $1, why not? If you don't know what Mark Twain's Tom Sawyer is about, no, I'm not even going to explain it, because you need to find that out for yourself, because that wouldn't make you, no, that's rude, it wouldn't make you illiterate if you don't know Tom Sawyer, but, yeah. Adventures of Tom Sawyer. I kind of like it, but not really. At the same time, it's been too long since I've read it, I can't really say. Alright, this next book, people went insane for this book. I haven't read it yet, so I don't know what the hype is about yet, but people went insane. Even people that I know that hated books read this book and loved it. And that's rare. That's rare for a book to do that. And that is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, or Doerr, however you pronounce that. But, this book, I got this, like, practically brand new copy for, like, $5. It's absolutely gorgeous. All I know is that's, like, set around the World War II and the Holocaust. And it's I think one of our main characters is Jewish. So, yeah, that's a thing. But, people went insane for this book. Not only when people go insane, it's for, like, a YA novel, but, and if you guys want my opinions, I'm not really that big a fan of YA, but this is technically not YA. As much as you guys can say, oh, it's YA, I don't really think this is YA, unless if I'm completely wrong. Hold up, let me just see. It doesn't say. It doesn't say what genre it is, so I'm just gonna put this as literary fiction, but, yeah, a book like this doesn't usually get as much praise as it did. It has, like, loads of great praise, and I barely know what it's about, but, yeah, Anthony Doerr's All the Light We Cannot See. I think I may like this, but if I don't like it, I'm not entirely shocked. Alright, and then we're finishing off with 2 Stephen King hardcovers. Like I said, either hardcovers or mass market paperbacks. No paperbacks. No normal paperbacks. And the first one is an absolute beast of a novel. Oh my goodness, like 1,100 pages, and it's called Under the Dome. This book has caught my attention for so long now. Even before I got into Stephen King, I was really wanting to read this novel, and it is not only because it's massive, but I love the premise of this. I know Stephen himself was probably tired of this comparison, but it's like the Simpsons movie. It is exactly like the Simpsons movie, though I'm not expecting like a comedy. I'm expecting something dark and serious, but because that's what I've heard about this novel. But Under the Dome is said to be his like it's supposed to be like the stand of his 21st century career. It's supposed to be amazing, and yeah, it definitely caught my attention. And I also need to read The Stand, which I'll probably get to this summer. So yeah, Stephen King's Under the Dome. Really excited to read it. And finally is another Stephen King book, but I have actually read this one, and it is Different Seasons. And even though the Dust Jacket is really crappy, I don't mind, because this is a first edition. I was so happy to find this for $2. I don't even. It's absolutely, it's a gorgeous book otherwise. It's not that bad of condition if you take off the dust jacket. See? That's why I like these getting hardcovers for cheap. But Different Seasons was a good book, but if you don't know Different Seasons, it's a collection of 4 stories. One of them is the notorious Shawshank Redemption. One of them is like called Apt Pupil. I don't know why. One of them is called The Body, which is the inspiration for Stand By Me. And one of them is like a weird story called The Breathing Method, which I actually really liked. And I liked the majority of these. I liked 3 out of the 4. However, the one I didn't like was Shawshank. I don't like these like prison stories, like, oh, we have to escape prison, and yeah, I don't like the thought of prison. Call me weak and call me a soft teddy bear all you want, but I don't like these like hard, rough stories about prison. I can go with other stuff, but just prison, I hate that culture around prisons. Just no, thank you. But the other stories in here were fantastic, especially The Body and The Breathing Method. Those were my 2 favorites. Apt People was fine. It wasn't like anything special, but you know, it's one of his few works that hasn't been transformed into a movie, I think. But for good reasons, it's not really all that special. But it was good enough. So I can definitely recommend Different Seasons. It is a good book. So yeah. Stephen King, why are you so prolific and so good? So that was the video, guys. And before I go, I just want to say one thing. I'm on summer break! Oh, yes! I'm so excited. And this means you're probably going to see more videos from me in the next 3 months. Instead of like 1 video a week, you're probably going to see 2 to even 3 videos a week. So get ready for that. Whenever I'm bored, I'm gonna make a video. So you might even get 4 videos for 1 week. I don't know. It just matters on my mood. But you'll at least get 2. That's my promise. So, yay, summer, it's here. Let's cheer. Yay. So anyway, that's the video. Tell me what you guys got recently in the comments below, because I really want to know. And as always, I'm Mega Man Chief Fan, and I'll see you later, guys.